that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Okay, tomorrow I've got something special for everyone. It's going to be a long stream. We're going to go over my bookmarks, but also we're going to talk about satanic panic of the 80s and why that was propagandized, and I have a few theories, so we'll go over that. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow during the live, but for now I'm just going to read some articles here from the Gateway Pundit. Fireworks. Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe goes bonkers and starts shouting match with Rep. Pat Fallon during a hearing on Trump assassination attempts after being shown a damning picture. Okay, what's going on here? Do I have to put my earphones on? Probably. An unbelievably explosive exchange erupted in the House of Representatives this morning involving disgraced Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe and a Texas Republican congressman. As the New York Post reported, Rep. Pat Fallon read Rowe the riot act during a hearing on the 2 assassination attempts against Donald Trump. After slamming Rowe for waiting multiple days before visiting the Butler, PA, the site where Trump was nearly gunned down by a Democrat donor named Thomas Crooks in July, things then took an even uglier turn when Fallon displayed a picture of Trump and Biden at Ground Zero. "Do you recognise this photo?" Fallon asked after Rowe confirmed he did. Fallon inquired, "Who is usually in charge of an event like that?" Rowe answered that the special agent was in charge of the details. When Fallon asked whether Rowe was in charge of the detail, the acting Secret Service director refused to answer. He instead demanded House staffers put up a photo of a circle around him rather than answer the question directly, and went crazy. "Congressman, what you're not seeing is the speck of the detail out of the picture," he bellowed, "and that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. "I'm not asking you that," Fallon screamed back. "Were you the special agent in charge?" "You were not." Rowe was in fact a mere dignitary, which made the photo so damning. It is simply inexcusable for the person in charge of safeguarding the lives of Trump and Biden. Tom Elliott said at the Trump assassination hearing, chaos erupts after Rep. Pat Fallon asked Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe about his appearing as a dignitary rather than for security at a 9/11 memorial event. How long does this go for? Oh, hang on a sec. My desktop audio. Yep, okay.
So I got another question for you. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Was that the remembrance of September 11th?
It was.
Was it in New York?
It was at Ground Zero.
Okay. Who is usually at an event like this closest to the President of the United States, security-wise?
The SAC of the detail.
Special agent in charge of the detail. Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. Could you please, staff, leave that? Oh, no, leave that one up with the circle around me. Thank you. So actually, Congressman, what you're not seeing is the SAC of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you,
Congressman.
Were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect for a Secret Service member that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you're trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please. You are out of line, Congressman.
Don't try to bully me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are playing politics.
I am a public servant who has served this nation, and
you won't answer the question.
On our day, on our country's darkest day.
Committee will come to order.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that day?
No, I wasn't. I was there representing the
Mr. Chairman,
United
I'm
States
just
Secret
asking you yes or
Service,
no.
sir.
Mr. Fallon, your time's
did not
expired.
affect protective
You
operations.
know
your
why you were
time has
there?
expired.
Because you wanted to be visible, because you were auditioning for this
I was
job.
there to
that
pay
you're not gonna
respect for a
get
fallen
till
member of
January
this
20th.
agency.
You endangered
You are
President
out of line,
Biden's life,
Congressman.
Vice President
You are out of
Harris's
line.
life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Did you have a
Chairman.
radio with
Mr.
you?
Fallon,
Did
your
you wear a
time
vest?
has
Did you have a
expired.
weapon?
Mr.
No.
I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
please.
All right. And we are back
You're
in
a
order
bully.
now. We are back in order now.
Thank you.
Mr. Moskowitz, you are now recognized for 5 minutes.
Okay,
Congressman?
how you doing?
Good, sir.
All right. So,
Wow. Show some respect, Roe yelled. Show some respect for our Secret Service members who died on 9/11. Do not invoke... Oh, we've heard that. Okay, we pretty much got that, which is interesting. Wow. I like it when they start yelling, though. I do. Because then, you know, something's, like, being exposed when people start yelling. Breaking, United Healthcare CEO shooter unmasked in new photos. Gunman executes United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD released 2 new photos of the United Healthcare CEO's shooter. As previously reported, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was shot in the chest Wednesday morning outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan in what is believed to be a targeted attack. Thompson, 50, arrived before 7 a.m. for a conference when he was shot multiple times by a masked man who police say was waiting for him to arrive, the New York Post reported. Thompson was pronounced dead at the Mount Sinai Hospital. The assailant calmly executed Brian Thompson, then took off down 6th Street on a bicycle. According to CBS News, the shooter waited for hours overnight and used a silencer when he fatally shot Brian Thompson. New photos released by NYPD Crime Stoppers show the shooter's unmasked face. So this is the person everyone's looking for now? Detectives investigating the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson have uncovered a potential motive. Shell casings at the crime scene were inscribed with words. Okay. That's not half sus, is it? Sounds, I don't know why, that screams 3-letter agency to me. The inscribed shell casings, 3 live 9mm rounds and 3 discharged casings bearing the words deny, defend and depose, were found among the evidence collected at the scene, ABC News reported. Brian Thompson's wife said her husband was being threatened before Wednesday's fatal shooting. There'd been some threats, Paulette Thompson said, according to the New York Post. When I asked about the reasoning behind the threats, Paulette Thompson said, I don't know, a lack of coverage. Wow. So there you go, this person here, look at this person very closely. Do you know this person? Do you know this person? Anyone? Okay. Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren's nasty smear of Trump DOD pick Pete Hegseth blows up in the face when ex-users notice embarrassing mistake that indicts the Biden regime instead. Huh. Funny that. Come on. Jump in there. There we go. Far-left Senator Elizabeth Warren, DMA, often referred to as Pocahontas because she claimed that she was part Native American, made a humiliating error Wednesday while trying to argue that decorated military veteran and former Fox News host Pete Hegseth was unfit to serve as Secretary of Defense of DOD. As TGP readers know, President-elect Donald Trump selected Hegseth to lead the DOD last month. He cited Hegseth's stellar America First credentials and decorated service as an Army combat veteran. Despite this, sick leftists in the drive-by media have orchestrated a horror smear campaign portraying Hegseth as a drunkard and a sexual predator. Warren, one of the Hegseth's staunchest critics, gave credence to the latest smear as she cited disturbing statistics on her X account claiming that nearly 30,000 soldiers, including over 6% of women, were sexually assaulted in the military last year. Due to this, she concluded that Hegseth had no business serving as a defence secretary. In 2023, over 29,000 active duty troops were sexually assaulted, including more than 6 in every 100 women in the military, Warren wrote. Many service members never report these crimes. The rates of assault are estimated to be up to 4 times higher. Pete Hegseth must not be the Defence Secretary, she concluded. In 2023, over 29,000 active duty troops were sexually assaulted, including more than 6 in every 100 women in the military. Many service members never report these crimes. The rate of assault are estimated to be up to 4 times higher. Okay, that's what she wrote. These are damning stats indeed, and would be disqualifying if Hegseth had anything to do with it. But Alert X users noticed a huge problem. Warren was referencing sexual assaults that occurred in the military under Biden and Defence Secretary Lloyd Austin's watch. So while trying to smear Hegseth as someone who supposedly condones female assault, she accidentally burns her beloved Biden regime instead. What an embarrassing error. As one can see below, social media showed Warren no mercy. So have you taken up with Secretary of Defence Austin? Logan Rattick? Hey, Pocahontas, who was the president in 2023? Steak for breakfast? Joe Biden and Lloyd Austin were in charge in 2023 by Sean Agnew. This isn't Pete Hegseth, ma'am. Wisconsinite? Okay, you lost me. The military has a sexual assault problem and it's Pete Hegseth's fault. You know, he hasn't been charged or convicted of sexual assault, but your post suggests a connection where there is none. It's people like you that give politicians a bad name. You really are the dumbest fool in the whole Senate. Good God. These were all tweets, by the way. Yes, she is dumb. Dumb as a box of rocks, mate. Watch, Joe Rogan praises Elon Musk community notes on X as the best to counter misinformation. Musk responds, the counter to misinformation is better information. Unhinged Rep Jasmine Crockett goes on another anti-white rant, blasts Texas for adding 2 new white seats to Congress. Oh, do we need to hear it? No. Oh, hang on. Developing. Powerful 7.3 earthquake strikes Northern California, tsunami warning issued. Updated. What's going on here? The tsunami warning has been cancelled. Okay? Tsunami warning was issued after a very powerful earthquake struck Northern California on Thursday. A magnitude 7.3 earthquake struck Humboldt County at approximately 10:44 a.m. PST. There have been several sizable aftershocks, including a magnitude 5.2 earthquake. Tsunami warning was issued for Oregon, California coast after 7.3, but it's been taken away again. A second earthquake on a different epicenter registered a 6 on the Richter scale, struck 5.6 miles west-northwest of Cobb, California 4 minutes later. A tsunami, that's a bit sus. On a different epicenter. Someone's playing with some technology here. A tsunami warning was issued for coastal areas in Oregon and Northern California. The first waves are expected to arrive at 12:10 p.m. for San Francisco Bay Area. A meteorologist told for the Weather Service told SF Gate. In areas farther north, such as Fort Bragg, the waves could come sooner, she said. The Weather Service is still assessing the wave heights and severity, but advised people to stay away from the water, which is funny because most people, when they hear about this, go to the water to try and catch the tsunami, and they're going to catch it all right. Well, not this time, but, you know, one time when they go to have a look and see if they can see the tsunami, they're going to be sorry. She said the warning is different from an advisory because a warning indicates impacts are expected to occur. Stay away from the waters, don't go out looking for the tsunami, she told SF Gate. We don't want people getting caught off in stuff offshore. Yeah, okay, well, the tsunami has been rescinded. Tsunami warning, sorry, not the tsunami itself. What's this one? Senator Joni Ernst secretly campaigns to torpedo Pete Hegseth's Defense Secretary nomination, even calls Trump to consider her as a replacement. No, apparently no. Okay, she's still, I don't know what she's doing, but there you go. Globalist French government falls, the rise of conservatism in Europe. Let's go Europe. The right is gaining ground in France and several other countries in Europe. None has truly flipped yet, but it appears the people are growing weary of the woke globalist agenda. On December the 4th, 2024, the French government was ousted after a no-confidence vote against Prime Minister Michel Barnier and his cabinet. Barnier had been in office for just 3 months, is now expected to resign, marking the first time since 1962 that a French government has been toppled in this manner. I wish ours would. The vote was a rare alliance between the far left and far right factions in the French Parliament, with 331 votes in favour of the motion, surpassing the 299 required. Barnier's government faced opposition over its proposed budget cuts and tax hikes aimed at reducing France's post-pandemic deficit, which united disparate political groups against him. This marks a period of political uncertainty for France, as President Macron is under pressure to form a stable government with no party holding a majority in government. The political instability mirrors broader trends across Europe, with populist movements gaining traction in several countries. A new centre-right government has been announced in France following 2 months of negotiations after divisive elections left the country with a hung parliament. The new government, led by Prime Minister Michel Barnier, a Conservative appointed by President Emmanuel Macron, includes a 39-member cabinet dominated by centrists and Conservatives from Macron's alliance and the Republican Party. The parliamentary elections earlier this year saw the left-wing New Popular Front coalition secure the most seats but fall short of a majority. However, Macron opted not to allow the left to form a government, leading to protests by left-wing activists who argue the new administration disregards the voters' will. The far-right National Rally, led by Marine Le Pen, has not been included in the government thus far. However, given the current political dynamics, President Macron may need to negotiate with various parties, including the RN, to form a stable government. This could potentially lead to the RN playing a more influential role in the new administration. Barnier's fall highlights growing discontent with policies that burden working families and prioritise globalist agendas over national interests. France's far-right National Rally, led by Marine Le Pen, has gained significant influence by addressing concerns over immigration and economic mismanagement and the rising costs of living. Similar right-wing movements are gaining traction across Europe as citizens demand accountability and reject progressive policies. In Germany, the Alternative for Germany, AfD, has risen to become the second largest party in the European Parliament elections. Take a breath, Hev, signalling a growing conservative influence. Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, leader of the Brothers of Italy party, heads a right-wing coalition that reflects a broader shift in the nation's political direction. Romania is also experiencing this trend, with far-right candidate Calin Georgescu leading in the presidential polls. The Netherlands recently saw Conservative leader Geert Wilders achieve decisive victory in national elections. Meanwhile, Conservative and Nationalist parties in Austria and Finland are gaining support as frustration grows over high taxes, unchecked immigration and disconnected political elites. These developments reflect a broader European shift towards right-wing leadership fueled by public dissatisfaction with the status quo. The parallels for American conservatives are clear and compelling. France's rejection of Macron's globalist tax-heavy policies is a warning shot against the dangers of government overreach and economic mismanagement. Barnier's defeat is a direct result of his attempt to impose a 40 billion euro in spending cuts and 20 billion euro in tax increases, disproportionately impacting working-class families already reeling from inflation. Correct me if I'm wrong in that, if that's not a euro, please. I don't know if they still have francs and that in France. Americans, conservatives who've long championed fiscal discipline and smaller government can find vindication in France's political crisis. It underscores what they've argued all along, that bloated government and reckless spending only deepen public resentment and sow division. Even more striking is the far-right's ability to build coalitions and challenge the entrenched political structures. Marine Le Pen and her party have demonstrated how conservative movements can unify fragmented voters under a banner of nationalism and pragmatic policies that prioritise their nation's interests. In America, where conservatives continue to battle against progressives' agendas on immigration, spending and cultural values, the French experience is a powerful reminder that citizens everywhere demand leaders who respect their concerns and protect their freedoms. This moment in France is not just a political upheaval, it's a harbinger of what is to come. As Europe's second largest economy wrestles with its political future, it is clear that the tide is turning. Conservatism is on the rise, not just in France, but across Europe and beyond. For American conservatives, this is both an affirmation of their ideals and a call to action. The populist energy sweeping across the Atlantic signals a shared hunger for leadership that values sovereignty, physical prudence, and the everyday struggles of ordinary people. Donald Trump's re-election has solidified the United States as the leader of a new right-leaning world order, pushing back against the forces of socialism and globalism. That's interesting. Karma, Idaho salon owner pays a heavy price after making disgusting comments about President Trump and his supporters. What happened to her? She went out of business? I don't know. Is it going to click on it? Yeah, here we go. A salon owner in a heavy conservative Idaho is learning that insulting President Trump's patriotic supporters comes at a deep cost. As the New York Post reported Wednesday, 40-year-old Tiffany Prickett, who runs Voyage Salon in, can't pronounce that place, Coeur d'Alene, started her own correct me please someone, started her downward spiral after first uploading an anti-male video following Trump's landslide with over Kamala Harris. She whimpered that Trump enabled his male supporters to be sexist pigs and expressed confusion as to why other males were supposedly too cowardly to take a stand. That's because she doesn't understand at all. Trump basically gave small men the ability and the courage to be misogynistic and hateful and say shit like your body, my choice, and you won't have a choice, and you will bear my child whether you like it or not, Prickett whined. Oh dear God, come on, love. Grow a backbone, for God's sake. The comments are so gross. The things men say to women are so gross, the stylist continued, and I don't know why more men don't come to the defence of women. I don't know why men witness aggression towards women and stand idly by and do nothing. I don't understand. That's not aggression against women. That's saying something. Okay, you can choose to ignore it. And as long as you don't get a man that says your body, my choice, and that you don't have a choice and you'll bear the child whether you like it or not, I don't know, some people just we need to rewind back to conservatism. Anyway, she's just fucking sick of it, she concluded. Good. Not surprisingly, these nasty comments infuriated her predominantly Republican clientele. Prickett then doubled down with another video that castigated not only Trump but the rest of his fans as racist, homophobic and misogynistic rapists. Okay, fine. Okay, well, I'm a Trump fan. Does that mean I'm a misogynistic rapist? I don't know. A bit hard for me. Prickett also revealed that a female client sent her husband to demand a refund on gift cards, which she does not allow. After hearing Prickett's remarks, the client decided to take her business elsewhere. So this is me suffering the consequences of my own actions. I just had a client send her husband into my salon and demand a refund for gift cards because of my stance that if you support a racist, homophobic, misogynistic rapist and you're okay with those things because you supported them, that you are in fact those things, Prickett said in the video. And she was so offended by that, he said she did not feel comfortable coming to my salon anymore. Prickett added that a female client had been kind to her for 15 years, making the salon owner look even more like a witch. I didn't want to deal with them anyway because I knew that whole family were Trump supporters. I've been doing her for 15 years. I've been to her family functions and family events. She's given me gifts over the years. She was a very good client, Prickett stated. Okay. I knew she was a Republican, which I don't have a problem with you being a Republican. I have a problem with you wanting to strip human rights away from people, she added. I will stand up for human rights and suffer those consequences. Lady, not only did you drink the Kool-Aid, but you went swimming in it, I think, love. Seriously. Everything she's saying is not even correct. Like, there are some guys walking around saying, we'll own you and you'll have our babies whether you like it or not. It's words, okay? Words are not assault. Unless they spit on you, I don't know. Now the news has gotten even worse for Prickett. I don't know if her name's Pickett or Prickett. In a follow-up video released last week, she revealed her salon business is in dire straits and customers flew in droves because of her cruel words. They're dropping like flies, Pickett said. I lost another one of my clients today who was clearly a Trump supporter. Pickett went on to say she would rather lose her business altogether and go work at Chipotle rather than treat Trump fans with basic human decency. Okay, Republicans, you know what to do. Don't go to this salon. Okay, let her go and work at Chipotle because she doesn't want to treat Trump fans with basic human decency. She also admitted she interviewed for a position at the restaurant, seemingly acknowledging that her business may soon go broke. Despite her worsening fortunes, Pickett maintains she has no regrets about potentially throwing away her 22-year career in the salon business. So again, I'm reaping what I sow, she concluded. I'm suffering the consequences of my own action, but I stand by what I said. Well, she can stand by what she said all she likes. She's getting wrong information, okay? No one's stripping away your rights, love. Like, seriously. Go have a hissy fit. Watch right-wing outsider, favourite in the Romanian elections, Georgescu blasts globalists, the pedophile oligarchs run the UN, more than 8 million children go missing each year. I will talk more about that tomorrow. And the satanic panic. That wasn't actually a satanic panic, which was more like propaganda to get people to think it was satanic panic. Comedian Sarah Silverman gives up on political campaigning, admits people don't care what celebrities think. Thank God. We don't. Must see James O'Keefe releases FEMA investigation. FEMA doesn't want these people. Human bones found in storms, wreckage. Oh no. Chilling. Mohammed becomes most popular boy's name in Britain for the first time in history. I thought that was 5 years ago. Anyway, that tells you all you need to know about Britain. Overrun. Village people may perform the YMCA at Trump inauguration. Go, guys, please, please do it. Please do it. Just in, Bitcoin price hits 100,000 after seeing massive gains since election day. Trump responds, "You're welcome." Tractor trailer engulfs in flames near entrance to Baltimore's Fort McHenry Tunnel. Ooh, what's going on there? This comes after the Key Bridge, a major commuter route that carries the Baltimore Beltway I-695 over the Patapsco River at the southern end of Baltimore Harbour, collapsed in March, diverting its traffic to the Fort McHenry Tunnel. Oh dear. Oh yeah, that was after the Singaporean Dali container ship took out a support column. Oh yeah, remember that? In the video below, first responders can be seen subduing the large fire on the highway. The Maryland Transportation Authority alerted travellers that southbound and part of the northbound tubes are closed. The cause of the fire is reportedly under investigation. Okay. I don't know. Sounds sus. Taylor Lorenz after Lowsome former WAPO hack Taylor Lorenz after United Healthcare CEO assassinated. We want these executives dead. What the hell? She's a nutcase. United Healthcare was brutally CEO was brutally murdered in a targeted attack outside a Manhattan hotel. Yep, we did learn about that. Thompson, a high-profile executive in the health insurance industry, was reportedly under investigation by the Department of Justice for allegations of insider trading and attempting to thwart monopolistic practices within the healthcare sector. Thompson, 50, was gunned down around 6:45 a.m. outside the Hilton Hotel on 6th Avenue, where he was scheduled to attend United Health Group's annual investor conference. Surveillance footage reveals the masked assailant approaching Thompson from behind and firing multiple shots before fleeing on an electric bike towards Central Park. Authorities are still not certain what drove the... Okay, so this person, following this gruesome murder, according to Disclosed TV, former WAPO hack, Taylor Lorenz posted, "We want these executives dead on Blue Sky social media." More Perfect Union, Blue Cross Blue Shield in Connecticut, New York and Missouri have declared they will no longer pay for anesthesia for the full length of some surgeries. If the procedure goes over a certain time, anesthesia will not be covered for the duration. What are you supposed to do, wake up in the middle of it? Taylor Lorenz said, and people wonder why we want these executives dead. What type of person writes something like this as a first reaction to a public assassination? Lorenz, the queen of doxing, left the globalist rag, the Washington Post, in October after letting her true feelings about Joe Biden slip in a revealing tweet. Technology reporter Taylor Lorenz left the WAPO a couple of months after the newspaper launched an internal review following a social media post about Joe Biden. WAPO started a review of the matter and Lorenz left the paper shortly after, but that has not forced Lorenz to self-reflect on her dubious ways since the move. On Wednesday, her first reaction after the assassination of Brian Thompson was to empathise with the killer. What a sick woman. And she is. You got to let justice take its course. You don't go killing everybody. What? Leftist Keith Oberman cheers Hunter Biden pardon, admits there are 10 million criminals in government who Biden should pardon, which we read out the other day. Katchelman, the Democrats' dam is in imminent failure condition. Let's hope so. Hang on, is it a real dam or like just there? Yeah, I think what's happening is the Democrat Party is falling. It is crashing and burning. More Americans want J6's pardon as 68% of Dems support case-by-case reviews if pardons go forward. Homan, the war whores of the military-industrial complex are lighting the world on fire, which we know. Heartbreaking, tragic ending for J6 political prisoner and patriot. Please remember Giulio Beccaro and his family this Christmas season. Oh, no. R.I.P., mate. Rep Keith Self pulls the rug from under the New York Times. President Trump, I've got your back. Well done. Scare blue. French government collapses, yet we know that. Detectives uncover chilling clue in United Healthcare CEO shell casing found with inscribed messages. Okay. And report, MSNBC President Rashid Jones eyeing exits after ratings implode following Trump 2024 win. Okay, is that all we got? Fascinating. Boy finds a 60,000-year-old axe on a beach in England. Wow. How do they know it's 60,000 years old? Liberal journal Esquire forced to delete entire article after the writer tries to defend Hunter Biden by falsely smearing George H.W. Bush. Keep it up. Almost 24 George Soros-backed prosecutors have been removed from office since 2022. And archaeologists showcase incredible biblical discoveries made during the restoration of Notre Dame. Beautiful. Anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I've got to go and mow my lawn before it gets too hot. And I will be back in the morning with a live. We'll be going over the Satanic Panic and other things, a lot of other things. So please join me then tomorrow morning live, 9 a.m, Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Saving Time. Geez, that's a mouthful. Okay, hopefully I'll see you there, guys. Have a good one. Have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.